As we come to our gospel lesson for today, we have the sense of the heart that is burning within us. As you hear these words of Jesus, as you look to this one who makes new life known, how is your heart stirring you into action? What passion is there for you as you journey down your road in life? The heart is a powerful image. It is a place we associate with our deepest loves and our greatest longings. It is the place where we talk about our biggest hurts and the heartbreaks of our lives. And as we encounter this one on our own journey through life, we are invited to consider what that means and what that looks like. And are we willing to be vulnerable? Are we willing to say, you know what? This really hurts. This dream, this vision, this promise that I have clung to with all that I am, it's not working out the way I anticipated. This God that I believe in doesn't seem as present as God did once. Or perhaps my questions or doubts just seem overwhelming. What about the mutual care, the love? This one journeys with us and invites us to hear Scripture in new ways, challenging us to reach out. If we start with Moses and work our way through the prophets, it is about God's heart for the people. And we are invited to have that heart in us. And then that stirs and moves us as the passions bubble up. In the Hebrew, they didn't just use heart, they actually used the stomach or the bowels. That our emotions bubbled up from the very innards of our being and moved up and then expressed themselves out into the world. What does that look like for us, for you, today? How is that new life being made known? This one who died is about 2,000 years ago. A story of one who challenged, who opened people to the idea of God's inbreaking promise. But it didn't stop 2,000 years ago. It echoed through the voices and the hearts of the disciples out into the world, onto us today. And we pass that on to the next generation. That we may have a heart that is convicted that God is doing a new and wonderful things in our lives and in the world. That we are sure of the mutual love in our hearts that flows forth, and that we are burning in our hearts. That there are others that need to, that want to engage in this word of hope and new life. The question always for me is, how is Jesus showing up today? Who's walking with us on our road that is going to unpack the Scriptures, that's going to break the bread with us? The reality is, it's not the pastor. It's not about me breaking the bread or unpacking the Scriptures for you all. It is about us mutually doing it together and looking at who else in this world is there with us, both to open it to us and perhaps for whom we might be the openers, to have the conversation. What is your heart telling you today? Are you convicted? Are you showing love? Is your heart burning? And what is that going to mean this afternoon, tomorrow, as you journey through life to your own Emmaus, to your own St. Paul, or Excelsior, or Mankato, or Madison